Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dan's and Steve's album analysis and rating episode for today. How's it going, my friend?
Yeah, it's going well, Dan. Yeah, thanks for inviting me again.
Yeah, long time
uh,
no see,
for
yeah?
some, yeah, for some more Vinnie Vincent.
So
Um,
here's what happened. We actually taped an episode, was it Saturday, Sunday for you?
mm,
And after we finished everything, it did not want to convert. We lost the episode. And it seems there was an outage, an internet outage, which we were still able to talk, him and I, but we lost the whole. And there was some good stuff on the episode.
oh,
We actually
amazing.
we solved world peace, and now it's gone.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
exactly.
sorry guys, but so that episode was we did a album analysis and rating of Vinnie Vincent Invasion's first album. Now that's lost. So now we're gonna do All Systems Go, which this one I do have both versions, CD and vinyl.
Such a super fan.
Yeah, because I'm a super fan. Yeah. And I actually had the first one, but apparently I sold it to my friend. He didn't have that one on CD. So, but anyway, I know we told this last time, but why don't you tell us the reason of the name of your channel?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So the reason it's called Rock and Metal Invasion, my channel, Rock and Metal Invasion, is because of Vinnie Vincent Invasion. So that kind of gives you a bit of an idea that, you know, perhaps I am a bit of a super fan. Wait and see. But
There
yeah,
you go.
I do like Vinnie Vincent Invasion.
All right. Well, again, I who better to ask to do this episode with me than my friend Steve because he's a huge fan. So today's suggestion again comes from at Psy7036. So once again, if you would like to have a shout out and a suggestion for an album for myself, you know what, and other guests to do an album analysis and rating, write them down in the comments. And also, I have my Instagram link below, so you'll be able to see what I do have in my collection of vinyl. I post a vinyl record of the day every day, most of the days. So, how about we get started here? So today, like I said, we'll be doing All Systems Go, which is the second album of the Vinnie Vincent Invasion. This came out in 1988. This one on Capitol/Chrysalis Records. Produced once again by Vinnie Vincent and Dana Strum. You want to tell us the lineup for this one?
Yeah, well, it's the same lineup, except for, of course, we've got Mark Slaughter coming in. So same lineup as the previous album, but you've got Mark Slaughter coming in on vocals. Now, of course, you know, you may have thought if you watch the Boys Are Gonna Rock music video that he was on the first, maybe that he was on the first album, although, of course, Robert Fleischman is on the back cover.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Robert Fleischman sang on the first album, but Mark Slaughter on the second one. Otherwise, you've got Bobby Rock, Vinnie Vincent, and Dana Strum.
There you go. And what I read is Jeff Scott Soto is on here as background vocals, correct?
I think he was on background vocals for pretty much everything that got released. It seems like in the late '80s. Like see his name on everything.
Yeah, he does a lot of stuff, that guy.
Yeah, you get to look at his discogs. Like, oh my gosh, he's like amazing. Yeah, so he's been a busy guy. But yeah.
All right, so what we're going to be doing here, so this one here has 11 songs. Like I said, there's a difference. This one has 11. This one has 13. So we're going to concentrate on, there's just two sort of filler tracks at the end there.
Yeah.
And something else we'll talk about midway anyway. But yeah, we're doing our analysis of Vinnie Vincent Invasion's All Systems Go. Each song rated out of 10. And then after that, we're going to be doing an average of our scores. So once again, thank you at Psy7036 for the suggestion. You really got your money's worth, sort of. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, did at Psy want? Did he not care? Could it be either album? Did he say?
Yeah, he said either album. So we did the first album last time. That's lost. Now, hopefully, this will be fine. So All right, you want to start us off then with song number one, Ashes to Ashes.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, Ashes to Ashes. I think this is when I first heard this song, and obviously being a fan of the first album, I thought, yeah, he's picking right up from where he left off, really, with the first album. I actually, it's got there's a bit of an effect on the intro, which I quite like, but then a nice, really good riff coming in there. And you definitely notice Mark Slaughter's vocals. Even Robert Fleischman, he's quite a little bit over the top on that first album. But I think Slaughter is even a little bit more like high pitched vocals. Yeah, see, I did notice the difference a little bit, but yeah, it's a good song and a good way to kick off the album. So I'm gonna give this one an 8 out of 10.
All right, I'm actually going to write this one down too, so just in case.
I have written this one down too as well. I learned my lesson from last time. Yeah,
All right, myself, I do think it's a great intro track. The upside down vocals at the beginning.
yeah,
It is what it is. It doesn't bother me as much as all the other dumb effects on the first one. It's cool, minorly cool. But yeah, I do love the song. I'm actually gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I actually do like that song a lot.
mm.
Um, More on the whole thing later on there, but yeah. So you're giving it an 8, and I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. Now let's try Dirty Rhythm.
Yeah. So Dirty Rhythm, I love this song. I love, again, one of the reasons I really like Vinnie Vincent Invasion is the killer riffs that he comes up with. And this one, really great riff to start the song up, and then the way Slaughter sings while there's a nice guitar riff happening on the in the background. It's really driving song. Yeah, I really like this one. One thing I do think, I wonder what would be interesting is, because it's a great song, really good, and I think even Mark sort of fits this song really well. But what if you had like someone like David Coverdale sing this song? Like, I wonder what that would sound like, because it, you know, he's such a great vocalist, but such a different vocalist as well, like to someone like Mark Slaughter. So I think there's some really good songs on this album, but I just sometimes wonder what they would sound like with a different vocalist. But anyway, 10 out of 10 though, 10 out of 10 song.
Wow. Okay. I also like. Okay, wait. Give me. I have to write this down here first, just in case. I'm trying to avoid any other technical difficulties we've had here. Yes, Dirty Rhythm. My God, what a catchy chorus! And as you said in the other episode, which we'll never see, talk about a. I mean, lyrics wise, it's. I mean, it is what it is. There. There's a few songs.
Rocking and fucking, right? That's what I said last show, right? Yeah, it's always about rocking and fucking.
Yeah, pretty much. I've heard you swear twice in my life, and it was in the last 2 days.
It's a little bit. It's a little bit. Also, there, and we'll get into it. There's also a little bit of lovey-dovey stuff as well. Yeah, but yeah,
yeah, super catchy song. Dirty Rhythm. It's got a good, like a, I'm not gonna say a dance, but it does have a rhythm, like da 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 da. It's like it's got this. It's well named. I'll say that. Love the song. I'm gonna give that one an 8 out of 10. Just a little bit. I like it a little bit less than Ashes to Ashes. So there you go. All right, next up, this one I'm actually curious about here. Love Kills.
Yeah, well, I think we talked about when we talked about the first album that maybe this album didn't really have any. The first album really, as much as we might like it, didn't have any singles really. And that's my viewpoint, that it's a good album, really good, but I don't know if mainstream singles, any songs on that previous album had singles potential. I think this one does, because basically everything's toned down a little bit, like Mark actually sings, just without sort of doing anything too over the top. Same with Vinny. He's not going too much over the top with his guitar. Of course, it's that power ballad thing that a lot of bands, these type of bands had success with in the 80s. So it had that potential, I think. And then, of course, you got the tie-in with Nightmare on Elm Street. So it had a lot going for it to potentially be a hit song, and I think it's a good song. I don't. To be honest, it's not why I listen to Vinnie Vincent, but yeah, but it's a good song. It's good enough. And Vinnie actually I think does some really good sort of more mid-tempo power ballads, you want to call them that.
Hmm.
Um, and there's a really good one coming up, but this one is just it's good. So 6 out of 10.
Okay. So yeah, it was Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, correct?
Yeah,
They were
I think
trying
so.
to go
Yeah.
on the Dawkins bandwagon, I think. I'm not sure there. I love the song, but the chorus is there's something either missing or that
Mm,
bugs me with the bass note while Mark Slaughter's singing. It never seemed there's not that, the gold, the really big
mm,
hook. There's something missing or bugging me off of that chorus. And every time I listen to it, I'm like, okay, is that an error? Is that, or was that purposely made there? And every time I can't unhear it anymore. That's my beef about the song. And I actually was reading up on it. Apparently, when it was on the movie, um, future releases of Nightmare on Elm Street, apparently the song is actually uh, a lot lower now
mm.
in the mix of the movie as opposed to, let's say, Dream Warriors. Now I don't know what that means or what there. I thought it was an excellent song. Just the chorus bugs me, and for that I'm giving it a 6 out of 10 also.
Cool.
All right, naughty, naughty.
Yes, naughty, naughty. So I think we did talk about this on when we talked about the first album. That really, when it comes to Vinnie Vincent, you don't really want to analyze the lyrics too much, okay? But I will say, Vinnie Vincent has done naughty, naughty before Danger, Danger. So Vinnie Vincent bet
That's
he bet
true.
Danger, Danger to this song because I think Danger, Danger is 1989. This is 88. So there we go. So maybe Danger, Danger got the inspiration from Vinnie Vincent. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, it's yeah, and it's funny too, because you think surely what's the chances of more than one person doing a song called Naughty Naughty? But there we go. Yeah, it's I parts of the song I really like. There's a lyric in it where Mark's sort of singing, "My little raven, she's back in black." That bit, it was really good driving guitar. I really like that bit. But then also there's a bit where he goes, "I knew you when I saw you backstage," and I was like, "Oh no," it's real cringy. So,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
um, yeah, yeah. So there's bits I like, bits I don't like. As a song, it's okay, but yeah, I'll give it 6 out of 10.
Okay. Would you? Oh yeah, you gave Love Kills a 6 also, right? I forgot to write
Yep.
that down. All right. For myself, naughty, naughty. I'm not a lyrics guy, okay? Like I just love melodies and guitar work, and I mean my favorite band's Kiss. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
it's not
I mean,
poetry
and
right there.
if you like hair metal, like which we do, right? Like obviously, not a lyrics guy. Not saying I don't appreciate good lyrics, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's
for
not
sure, for sure.
it's not essential, right? It's not like it's got to have good lyrics. Yeah.
But you know what? I've been singing the song the last 2 days. It's actually a very catchy song. It's sometimes the background vocals on this album, especially, kind of remind me too much of Def Leppard's backgrounds, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Processed background that
Yeah.
don't sound real. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 just for that reason. I love the song, but just there's little, again, nothing as annoying as the first album there, but this one that was my beef with Def Leppard. I just found their background vocals a little bit too processed. This album kind of reminds me of Def Leppard's vocals when they do background vocals. So yeah, 8 out of 10 for me for that.
Okay.
Next
Cool.
up, we have Burn.
Yeah. So Burn. So this ends side one, and just like Vinnie Vincent, he bet Danger Danger to the song Naughty Naughty, but he also bet Motley Crue to the engine revving guitar trick that he does at the start of the song. So if you listen to the start of Burn, it sounds exactly like the start to Motley Crue's Kickstart Your Heart. So
Yeah.
which is 1989. So just putting that out there. But yeah, as a song, yeah, it's a good rocker. Nothing really stands out for me, and I think that's a little bit what I would I would now be sort of thinking is, when I was sort of first listening to the album, it's like, yeah, it's good, some good songs, but some not real, like, you know, um, as I said to you when we did the previous show that no one's going to see, I had some 11 out of 10 songs.
Yes.
And there's just, there's, like I said, I really liked Dirty Rhythm, but yeah, otherwise, nothing's really standing out apart from that song so far. So, yeah, I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10.
Guess what? So am I. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's there. It's to me
Yeah.
that song is just there. Chorus is a little weak. I mean,
Mm.
it's again his riffs. I have no problem with Vinny's riffs. There's it's a good little pick me up, but just when it comes chorus time, I find that I don't know. He just forgets the hook. It's a very
Mm.
it's a lazy chorus. So yeah, I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. It's one of my least favorites of the album. Not my least favorite, but one of the bottom ones there.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, so 6 and 6. Now let's talk about Let Freedom Rock. Before you do, I want to say this
Mm.
one starts off with the guitar, while on the CD it starts off with a U.S. anthem uh, done like Eddie Van Halen there, with the volume and then wah, 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 wah.
Yeah.
Pointless, but whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, totally pointless. Yeah, and it's interesting that as much as I'm a super fan, right? I didn't even
Mhm.
notice that wasn't even on there, but because I must have heard it. I must have heard it either on online or in some ways, but yeah, it's actually not. It's not on the vinyl. And we talked about maybe it was because of the length of the album, but I think it's only like 50 minutes long, which is decent length, but not too long to put that in there. But anyway, it's fine. I'm not unhappy that it's not on there. Yeah, I like the song. You know, again, just though, like what I was saying before, the riff's okay, but it's not like a really like on the first album. It had so many good killer riffs that I just like still love to play. I don't go out of my way to play the song anymore. If I'm playing this song, it's more because of the next song that I want to hear, really. So, yeah, it's okay. I'm going to give it 6 out of 10. But you know how you talked about the way the album ends, and we'll probably talk about that. And I didn't even know about the I'd always missed that or whatever, that how the album ends. I always have remembered how this song ends with "Very good boys," ding ding. It has the
Yeah, yeah,
chime
yeah,
or
yeah.
something. Yeah, I've always remembered that, and it's almost, I guess, too, because I remember that because it almost sounds like was that the outro or was that the intro to the next song?
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, you're right. I don't know.
Yeah, doesn't
Okay,
really matter.
you gave that one a 6.
It's probably the yeah, so six. It's probably the outro because it's that whatever that voice is. It's saying very good, like it's a good song, very good boys.
Yeah, I think it's closer to the end of Let Freedom Rock than the
Yeah,
beginning of the next one.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. And I think too when you play it on Spotify, that time of the year, which is the next song, starts with the song. It doesn't start with very good
yeah.
boys. Yeah.
Okay, so Let Freedom Rock. Yeah, see, I was listening to it on my iTunes, and then I went and listened to it once a final time on my vinyl, and that's when I noticed the difference.
Mm,
I'm like, oh, okay, do I leave? So with the U.S. anthem, I gave it a 4 out of 10. I really don't like that song. I find that the chorus again is weak. Again,
mm,
it's like he he's he, he's the king of verse riffs. He's got great verse riffs, good riffs too for the chorus, but the melody, there's something. I just find that one to be the weakest chorus. And there's a few songs on this album I find that the chorus is
yeah.
simple. But yeah, this
Yeah, I know what you're saying because like there's some other Vinnie Vincent songs where you hear the song title and you can get that chorus, you can sing that chorus in your head straight away. But yeah, Let Freedom Rock, even Burn, it's like how does it go? Yeah,
oh,
it's not as catchy. Yeah,
Burn. I can sing it to you right now. Let Freedom Rock. I'm like right now, it's not clicking right here because I got Burn in
yeah,
my head
yeah,
for some reason there.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So yeah, 4 out of 10 for me. That one just really did not resonate with me. So
Mm.
all right, now the next one, That Time of Year.
Yeah, well, as I've already hinted at, yeah, I love this song. And I think often if I'm putting the record on, I might just go straight to this song. Uh, I just think it's a power ballad or mid tempo hard rock song, and it's just such a good song. I think I don't know, but I just think like, and I understand Love Kills. Definitely, like I said before, had potential as a single, but I would have liked to have seen this one get released as well. I think it's a great song. It actually, though, too reminds me of a couple of songs, or definitely I can think of a song on the Slaughter album that also sounds a bit like this. So I don't know, maybe it's Mark Slaughter's influence on this song, but yeah, really good song. Um, love the song. Still a song I love to play now. So it hasn't, I haven't got sick of it at all. So yeah, it's a 10 out of 10.
Wow, guess what?
You're a 10 out of 10 too.
I'm also putting this. I love that song, 10 out of
Yeah.
10. And I'll tell you, it's the rhythm is
Mm,
especially, eh, da, 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 da. When the bass
yeah.
follows the drum, oh
Yeah.
my God, that
Yeah.
is such a cool riff.
Yeah. It is.
Does it 3 times. The first time it's a drum roll, but then times 2 and 3 is da 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 da. Ah, brilliant. That part is brilliant. 10 out of 10. And you're
Mm,
absolutely right. Because of the band Slaughter, you're like, my God, it sounds like it would be like the pre-album to Slaughter. Well, it is technically there. It sounds like a
mm.
Slaughter album or Slaughter.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
just for the Stick It To You there, it's just like, oh my God, that could have easily been on that album by Slaughter.
Absolutely. Yeah. It reminds me of maybe it's Days Gone By, but I'm not sure. There's definitely a song or two on these albums that
Mhm.
sound a little bit like it. Yeah.
But yeah, 10 out of 10 for me. Like bravo. I know I whine a lot or bitch about Vinnie Vincent. I'm gonna say call a spade a spade. He is a good songwriter.
Mm.
Recording, that's a different ball and chain there. But yeah, 10 out of 10 for me, big time. So we both got tens for that one. All right. Heavy petting.
Yeah. I mean, let's look at the song title there. Naughty, naughty, dirty rhythm, heavy petting. Oh my gosh. But yeah, and it's just like Mark Slaughter. Yes, sort of annoys me a little bit on this song in particular. It's kind of like the way he sings, and I think I have heard him say that this is the way because he definitely tones it down a little bit more on sort of albums,
Mhm.
and also you think about the way Robert Fleischman sings on the first Vinnie Vincent album. He doesn't normally sing like that, so obviously this is what Vinnie's wanting, for the song. But it's like almost like he's moaning at times. It's like just a bit too much, a little bit too much. Like he's doing this sort of the vocal style. I don't like on this song that much, but the song itself and lyrics, it's not great. But yeah, the song itself, it's okay. But it's yet another 6 out of 10. So it's just another one like that's all right. But the vocals annoy me a little bit. Again, like I say, I'd really like to. I don't think it's ever going to happen, but I'd like to hear a different vocalist. Uh, record this, slightly some of the songs. But yeah,
So what was your score for that one again? Sorry,
six
what?
out of ten. 6 out of 10.
It's okay, because you sort of stopped for a minute, like froze there, but you're fine now.
Oh yeah,
Heavy Pen, yeah. I was like, okay, here we go with that song title, like Dirty Rhythm and Naughty Naughty. And of course, the band, Heavy Petting out. And of course, there's a UFO,
Yeah,
no Heavy Petting. And I was like, I remember doing that episode for Heavy Petting. People were laughing at the band name. I'm like, okay, it's dumb there, but it's a catchy song. I have no problem with Heavy Petting. Again, I'm not a lyric guy. Um, again, now see that one. I'm talking about the name Heavy Petting. I can actually sing. I'm singing it right now in my head. Not
hmm
Let Freedom Rock. I can like right now. It's just blank. It's just unforgettable. So Heavy Petting for me, 8 out of 10. I do like that one.
okay, yeah.
Next up is Ecstasy.
Oh boy. Okay. You know, I wasn't very positive about No Substitute, but honestly, this song makes No Substitutes sound like Stairway to Heaven. It's just ridiculous. I can't believe how bad it is. That's a
Okay, not
shocker.
while I'm drinking, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, you're like, is this for real? Is this like, is it? It's almost like it's so sappy that you're thinking it's going to suddenly, then he's going to start singing about, dirty rhythm and, wanting to get naughty, naughty. It's like, but no, he's really following through. This is just about love and ecstasy. It's ecstasy being in love with you. It's like, oh my gosh. Yeah. My notes for this next to the sign, I just put is like vomit inducing. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, and even like back in the day, right? It's like this is not good.
Sorry, the
Um,
album doesn't come with a barf bag. Sorry.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's the thing, right? Like so many great songs, and then they have this on here, and it's sort of like, oh, yeah. So I give it 1 out of 10. Or, yeah,
Wow.
I mean, I give it something, don't I? Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I was not expecting that. I'm like you, just not as bad. I I tolerate it. The title I find is mistitled. When you see ecstasy, to me I'm thinking of something fast and heavy. And then I hear that, I was like, okay, so to me,
Mm,
and it's got a lot of that Def Leppard background vocals again, I find there. Okay, I don't hate it as much as you do. I'm giving that one a 5 out of 10. Still not my least favorite, but it, like I said, I'm like, okay, ecstasy, that'll be cool. Like it sounds like a cool song. Nope. It's very. I guess maybe Vinny's not that great with ballads. Well, no,
he can be, eh? He can be, but
but I
then
mean, this is the most ballad-ish song
yeah,
on the
too
album.
ballady. So it's more when it's more mid-tempo kind of ballad. I
Yeah,
think it's better.
mid-tempo. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Um, and to be honest with you, I'm probably really negative about it because of like how much I usually like their songs. So it's like more of a disappointment. If it's like the band itself's pretty average and it's like, oh, yeah. But so that's probably part of it. And when you like an album or when you quite like an album and you want to play it and then sort of like quite enjoying the first half of the album or first half of this side when you got on and then you go, oh, I've got to listen to this song. Jeez, but yeah, it's when you pick up the needle and move it to the next song. But
I
anyway,
was not expecting that from you, my friend.
mm,
As a super fan, right?
yeah. Well, I was pretty negative about No Substitute. I gave that one 3 out of 10,
Yeah, yeah.
but that was fair. I mean, I felt like there was still some elements I didn't mind, but this one, nothing.
All right. Next up, we have Deeper and Deeper.
Yeah, and so here's the thing too, because I love the song. So this is a 10 out of 10. So it goes from one through to a song that I consider 10 out of 10. And it's not so much the song. Talk about earworms or being catchy. This song, I don't know if a day goes by where I'm not singing, not the chorus, but the start. She's the kind of girl. I had that, and usually I'm singing the lyrics completely wrong. I don't know the lyrics you know, yeah,
Yeah.
off the top of my head, like perfectly. It's what I hear, so I just sing what I hear, which is then when I read the lyrics, I'm like, oh, that's not what I'm singing. But anyway, it's close enough. But yeah, it's really catchy, and just because it's just a song I'm consistently singing to myself, I've got to give it 10 out of 10.
Wow. Okay then. Well, now for something completely different. Not that
Yeah, it's your
different.
least favorite. It's your least favorite song.
No, no, no. It's still Let Freedom Rock, but this one is ecstasy and deeper. They're like 5 out of 10s. Again, the weak chorus. It's again. I right now you say you can sing it. I'm like I'm trying to figure out, and I'm still singing Heavy Pettin' right now in my head. I can't get that one out of my head. I'm trying to think
Right.
of
Oh no, I can sing you deeper and deeper right now, but I won't because no
what's
one
that?
wants to hear that. I could sing you deeper and deeper right now, but I won't because no one wants to hear that. But yeah, no, I got that chorus in my head. Yeah, but it's actually for me, it's more the verse, the way the song starts off, and it's interesting too. I know it's your turn to talk about the song, but
Yeah.
this song is very similar to No Substitute because it starts off with the vocals and then the
Yes.
guitar.
Yes.
And I didn't like it on No Substitute, but I like it, really like it on this. So yeah.
And see, because he said no substitute, now I got the beat. I'm able to sing the beginning of no substitute. This one deeper and deeper. I wrote
Yeah.
weak chorus. So again, rhythm section, great. But yeah, 5 out of 10 for me for that one. And last one, breakout.
Yeah. This is almost like thrash metal at times. It's really fast paced, isn't it?
I compare it to Body Talk by Rat, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Really fast paced rocker. Yeah, it's good. It's a good solid song to end the album. I think that's just actually, that's probably what they were going for. Good heavy metal song to end the album. I think it's a good song, but it's another. I don't know how many 6 out of 10s I got, but there's quite a few. And I just thought, yeah, it matches up really well with those other 6 out of 10 songs. So I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay. Same with me. Great riff for breakout. Once again,
Mm,
you say you got a lot of sixes. I say I got a lot of weak choruses. I don't know how many
mm,
times I've wrote weak chorus. And this, I know he says breakout and he says something else in
yeah,
between
yeah,
break.
yeah.
I just don't,
Gotta break out. Yeah.
but I don't, it's so fast that my brain can't compute what's going on there.
Mm,
Again, if had it been a catchy chorus, probably would have been out of 10 out of 10. But again, I just love
mm,
the like it starts off like fast, like a good
mm.
but yeah, 7 out of 10, just again a weak core. Like the second half, apart from that time of year, I think is actually pretty like there's a lot of weak courses except for Heavy Pettin, I guess, and that time of year. But yeah, there's a lot of low
Mm.
scores on my side here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm giving that one a 7. Great riff, weak chorus. That's what I wrote. All right, then. Now, what would you have as a total out of 10 for this album?
Well, yeah. If my math is correct, I added up 75 and then I divided it by 11, and that was 6.8.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So 6.8 out of 10. I have 7 out of 10 for the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, that's what surprised me. I'm like, okay, there's got to be something wrong here. I keep saying I like this one more than this one. But this one, I gave it I forget that. I'm just going to look at the 7.4, and I gave this one a 7. And you gave this one 7.7, and you gave this one 6.8, was it?
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to say this, and I'm wondering if you agree or disagree there. This one has, but okay, before, I have to talk about the ending of this. We forgot to talk about the ending. Steve forgot about it, and we keep joking about it. And to me, that's a big cringe moment. Almost like they couldn't afford a splash page in Metal Edge, so they're like, at the end of this album, you hear it go, "Hey, tell your friends about us." I was like, when I first heard that, I went, "Oh my God, that's got to be the worst thing ever." What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, I barely noticed it, right? Like until you mentioned it to me, I was like, really? Is that even on there? Okay. Yeah, so but I did know the Very Good Boys, and I quite like that. But yeah, I don't know. Um, uh,
I,
there's there's
I
there's there's lots of little things like that in the on the album, isn't there? They sort of insert little sound effects and so forth. It's a bit of a dance drum thing too, I think.
yeah, I don't mind the sound effects. Just that there's a big
Mhm.
like 10-second pause, and then you go, "Hey, tell your friends about
Yeah.
us." I was like, "Wow!" And then we joke about that here all the time with my inner circle of friends there. But okay, but now the part I wanted to tell you about. So if you compare this, apparently I love this one more, but um, ratings wise, but I know I like this one better. But and it kind of dawned on me today. Don't you find this one here has an identity, while this one here kind of sounds like a lot of stuff? There's nothing that sounded like this at the time.
Yeah.
Maybe
True.
Nitro to a point, but this
Went out
one could
then.
be
Yeah.
mistaken for a Slaughter album. I just find this one to be, whether you like it or not, it's got loads of originality, new stuff like that I've never heard before. Well, this a lot of it has been done before. I'm curious for that. What do you think about that? To me, they're two different. It's almost like two different
Yeah,
bands.
I mean, I totally agree that in 1986 there was no one was putting out an album that I knew of and still really know of that sounded like this, you know.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think definitely um, around the thing is they tone it down a little bit for this one, don't they? So
Yes,
now
they
now
went
they're
more
starting
for
to
the
sound
songs.
yeah, now they're starting to sound a little bit more like some of the other hair metal bands that are coming out. And it's
Exactly.
1988. There's so many
Exactly.
bands now. There's so many bands coming out with this sound now. So yeah, they don't seem well. This was like wow, this is pretty over the top, you know, heavy metal sort of thing. So in '86. So yeah, I do agree a little bit with that, but I also think that like for me anyway, there's just some real true standout songs on that first album. Well, it's a little bit more middle of the road, you know, good
Yeah.
songs, but so that could be why you got that score because there's some like songs you really like, and then some ones you really don't like maybe on that album.
Yeah. Yeah. To me, it just sounds like a lot of what was coming out at the time. The All Systems Go. While the first one, whether you like it or not, that's not what I'm talking about. It does stick out like a sore thumb in a good way or a bad way, depending on your musical taste. And I was like thinking, I'm like, my God, there. Like, sure, I was complaining about the drum roll at the end of one song or the guitar that just doesn't end. Sure, he's in tune on All Systems Go, but for some reason, I remember more stuff from the first one, and I thought that was odd. I'm like, why did I end up with a lower score for All Systems Go? And I can't again. Not that I say I can't stand the first one. I do like some songs there, but it's got a higher score.
Yeah,
That baffles me right now. But
yeah, yeah.
but anyway, I just thought I would share that little almost interesting comment there.
Well, you know what is interesting though, and something we talked about on the first episode. Your first Vinnie Vincent Invasion album has the like what looks like a hype sticker, but it isn't. It's actually on the album itself, which I
Yeah,
think
it's
I've never seen that before.
I've seen
That
that on an album. Actually, I got "Living Like a Runaway," which has had the same thing. It's like on the album and not a sticker.
okay, yeah,
They're rare.
I've never seen it with the Vinnie Vincent though. Yeah,
By the way, we did have a good laugh about this when we taped it because for those of you, well, you'll never see the episode, but it says Vinnie Vincent of Kiss, Robert Fleischman of Journey, and Dana Strum of Ozzy Osbourne. And I'm like, when was that? Did I miss an album or a tour or something?
yeah, that's right. I mean, and we talked. Yeah, okay, he hooked Ozzy out with Randy Rhoads, but he wasn't really. I mean, I guess he possibly he played with Ozzy a little bit, but he wasn't on the album or
Did
performed
he
in
tour?
concert.
I don't know.
No,
I
yeah,
remember Bernie Torme touring. I don't
yeah, no, that's
Trump.
right. It's a real stretch to give it, but they're just trying to give everyone like big names, like even Robert Fleischman. Yeah, he was on the first two Journey albums or whatever it was, right? The ones that no one really likes or, well, I mean, knows about that much. So,
But he did
yeah.
2 albums.
Yeah, oh yeah, exactly. And that's fair enough. Absolutely. Yeah. But
I don't know what he
yeah.
did, like in between Journey and Vinnie Vincent, but I've never heard of this guy
Oh
until.
yeah, I think he's been in another band and he did some solo stuff as well, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, but it's weird. I don't know how much he did after Vinnie Vincent, but anyway.
I know he did come back with Vinny for
Yeah,
his acoustic guitar tour. We
yeah.
did it with Gene Simmons, and he did it with Robert Fleischman for one.
Mm,
And he also did a guitar solo thing with Bruce Kulick and Ace Frehley, which apparently you weren't allowed video cameras or iPhones in there, but there's a few little things in there,
mm.
and it's a cringy if you ask me.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a whole different show talking about Vinnie Vincent as a person. And we've kind of done that a little, I think, haven't
Yeah.
we? And yeah.
All right then. Well, thank you, my friend, for doing this. First of all, I want to put my friend Steve's link on the bottom. Give us a like, give us a subscribe if you haven't done so already. Just give us some love. We love to respond to comments also. So yeah, check out Steve's channel, Rock and Metal Invasion. Also, I'd like to thank AppSci7036 for the suggestion. Hopefully this episode gets recorded properly. I didn't get an email or a text that there was
We're going to have to do Euphoria, Dan.
what's that? Yeah, next up is gonna be Euphoria. I'm like, that one. I was like, wow, okay. That one's closer to the first one, right?
Oh, it's great. Actually, talking about what Robert Fleischman did, he did that.
Yeah,
He was on that
that,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, that one's great. It's amazing.
I don't think I'd use the word great there, but I
No.
haven't heard it since I bought it. In what year did this come out? It came out in 1995.
Oh, yeah. Euphoria did. Yeah.
Yeah. So whenever I bought it off of iTunes, I probably listened to it once or twice, and then I was like, no. But my tastes have changed regarding Vinnie Vincent for someone who supposedly doesn't really like the first album. There's a higher score. Go figure. Anyway, so again, sorry for the first episode that didn't air, but hopefully you guys enjoyed our analysis of All Systems Go. You're always welcome back, my friend, and great to see you. And on that note, guys, anything you want to add before?
No. Thanks for the invite, Dan. Yeah, no, always happy to talk Vinnie Vincent. Always happy to talk Vinnie Vincent. So yeah, that's been good. Been fun.
All right then. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and we shall see you guys next episode. Take care. Bye-bye.